Hello, my name is Caitlin, and today I'm going to be talking about why it's important for everybody to learn basic first aid training. Imagine this. You're walking through the grocery store when suddenly somebody collapses due to cardiac arrest. Would you know what to do? Or imagine that you're in a restaurant enjoying a meal with your family when somebody at a nearby table starts choking. Would you freeze, or would you know how to act? According to the American Heart Association's 2024 First Aid Guidelines, starting CPR immediately can drastically increase a person's chance at survival during a cardiac arrest episode. American Red Cross also reminds us that choking can become fatal in just a matter of minutes, but by properly performing abdominal thrusts, you can help prevent a tragedy. Emergencies happen every day, often when we least expect them to. And somebody's chance at survival could depend on your ability to know how to properly respond to an emergency. Every year, thousands of people experience emergencies, such as choking, cardiac arrest, or severe bleeding. But often, most bystanders don't know how to properly respond to help in an emergency. A 2025 study published in the journal Healthcare by Garcia Blea and colleagues found that knowledge of first aid training declined significantly over time without regular refreshers of the course. I can personally attest to this because while I have taken several CPR and first aid courses throughout the years, it has never been a consecutive annual refresher, and I currently can say that I do not feel confident to know how to properly respond to an emergency. And the problem with this is that often in an emergency, panic takes the place of action. Emergency services can take several minutes to arrive on scene to help, and these minutes can be critical to a person's chance at survival. So if more people were trained to know how to help, they could help stabilize the victims until that help arrives on scene. There is a simple solution to this problem. Everyone should take basic first aid training and refresh their skills regularly. A systematic review published in the Annals of Emergency Medicine by Van de Velde and colleagues found that lay people who complete first aid training are far more confident at recognizing and acting upon emergencies and performing key skills such as bleeding control, burn care, and fracture support. Both the American Red Cross and the American Heart Association make these courses easily accessible online and in person. These trainings help us protect not only ourselves, but also help support a stronger community, because when ordinary citizens are prepared, everybody benefits. So now imagine how powerful this could be. You're in the same restaurant and somebody begins choking, but this time you don't freeze. You act and you start properly performing abdominal thrusts that you learned in your first aid training course. Or imagine that a loved one falls and suffers a deep cut. Instead of panicking, you apply pressure until help arrives on scene. These moments show that first aid isn't just about knowledge, it's about readiness and compassion. But without the knowledge from a first aid training course, those same moments can end in preventable loss and tragedy. So, what can you do right now? After this speech, I encourage you to enroll in a first aid or CPR course and start sharing what you have learned with your family, your friends, or even your coworkers. You could maybe even ask your school, your workplace, or your community center to host a training session. It only takes a few hours to gain the confidence to act during an emergency, and that knowledge could one day save a life. So don't hesitate, take the initiative, and enroll in a first aid or CPR training course today, because the life you save just might be someone you love. Thank you.